All right, guys, you are welcome back. So from where we stop, let's start with the mouth region. So this place serves as the outer lip area. So we need to now start correcting it. So from here, just adjust it like this. Okay. So this just somewhere like this. This goes down into bits. So make sure you are actually using your what do you call it, the non-smoothing mode as well. Very important that you won't get into trouble. Okay, so from here we move this. Now we will need to create the lip itself, so press multi-cut tool. So um for the multi-cut tool, we can use it to create this region we need. So from here, uh because this is not actually going in line with what, but nevertheless, let's use it like this. So like this, select this. Okay, I'm looking at it. Probably we use the other method, the other way to create this, but let's continue and see what it gives us. So from here, this edge to this edge, let's Q. Okay, so from here you press T on the keyboard, then this is what we just have now. So from here, W to get that region of the lip we wanted. This come out. Okay, I think that is out enough. Um, oops, sorry about that. It should be in perspective here. Right. Okay. So this one should goes in. Okay. This one be going in very soon. Let's take it in like this. So the roundness of the shape thing is okay. So this is also okay. Okay, so this comes as well. And okay, now the mouth, we're now beginning to define the area of the mouth. So at this point, we need to select this area. Okay, so we can as well extrude it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So extrude, to extrude inside, Control E to extrude, that is W, just take it like this. Okay, so we have in, I'm extruding in that direction. So we have, so that's just for that. Then Control E again, press W and extrude inward again. Okay, so we'll now start working on this, but we are now defining the mouth. Okay, we are defining the mouth area. All right, so we'll come back to that, but let's finish up this area. So this, let's come down a bit here. Yes, so um this and this, not only this somewhere. Okay, So this region is go a little bit up. So not only that, this oops, this all together go up like this. Okay, this as well go up. Okay, just trying to define the lip. Okay, just trying to define the lip area. So once that is done, now we need to start. I think we need one more for this basement here. Very important. Yeah, make sure edge flow is turned on. Okay, it is. So yeah, okay. So you notice the lip is available there now, right? So edge, this edge. Um, just trying to just scale it like this to have that area, okay, coming out. Because very important, we need it. Okay. So from what you see now, you notice it's beginning to conform to uh the mouth region. Now to now create the teeth, because we need that as well to create the teeth, and that's what we need to do now. We need to create the gum for it. Very important. We need to create the gum, that is the teeth and the gum. So to do that, we are going to, before we start creating the inner part of the body, and I mean the inner, before we start the teeth, or should I say the tongue and other aspects, we need to create the teeth first. Okay, so to create the teeth, modify, okay, polygon primitives, this is what I was looking for. So this is, let me see which one I should, I think pipe is what I want to use. Okay, yes, pipe, not to stop, or should I say move to another section, which is not what we need. So an adult teeth is always 32. Okay, this is the center, so we have 20. So if I use 16, that is 32 rather, that is 16 on one side, 16 on the other side. Okay, that is an adult teeth, but what I will use here is 16. Just press 16. Okay, so I'm not, this is not really a real male character, is a cartoonish character, so I will just give it 16. So that should be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 at the center, so that is 8 8. So that is right about 16, and total of 32 teeth. I think that is it. So it's 32 altogether. Okay, so 16 up, 16 down gives us 32 teeth. So that's exactly what we are doing. Okay, so from here, the thickness is the inner part here. So I just selected on it and increase it. Thickness should not be so much like that. So the height of the teeth, so we can still readjust that, but let's be fair doing this for now. Okay, and let me see it. Okay, I can still adjust that. Okay, one more thing. So from here, so if I select top view, I'll just delete this half, deselect this now, off. Make sure that is off. This will be selected. Okay, so now I can work on this for now. So we'll just create something that looks like a teeth. Okay, so select face. For the selection, let's add something like vertex goes up and down. Okay. Oh, this is turned on, edge face turned on, so delete off it. So how do you know edge flow is turned on? It's quite simple. Once you select edge flow, say it again, and you selected something, just take a look at shape. After doing that, you see it gave it a smooth shape, which is not what I need. So that's why I noticed that the edge flow is turned on. Okay, so just select now, you see it to just be plain. Okay, so with that I know that edge flow is what's turned off. Okay, so if that is done, then select this one, to just select like this, just select okay. Now once I've selected, then Control E to extrude. So we'll offset first, offsetting first. So if I select face turn off, it gives me double. Okay, so which means this is what I'll do first. Sorry about that. Edge should be deleted first. Okay, let me delete the edge first, which I will still add later. Okay, so select faces again, then Control E. So offset. I want it to be individual, so let's turn off, so it will give it to be individual now. So offset somewhere like this is okay. Then give the division. If I press 3 on the keyboard, this is what I have. All right, so one back. From the one here, what we have here is beginning to make sense. So add a division of one muscle to the edge. When I press 3 on the keyboard, it will give a shape there. It will hold this edge for me. So one back, then press extrude again. So this time around we are extruding inward. Okay, we're extruding inward. So press this to see how far it goes. Okay, so I think this is okay. So again, another division. Okay, so if I press 3 on the keyboard, let's see, you can see. Okay, so I think it's looking like what I want. Now from here, I want to make use of this. This is area where the teeth will come out from. So since they are still selected, I will just do this, right click and extract faces. Once I've extracted the faces, so it simply means if I select face now, these are now selected alone, and which means I can press W and remove it away from that object. Okay, so since that is where the teeth will be coming out from, What I can just do now is press Ctrl E to extrude it and bring it down, like just bring them down. So now if I press 3 on the keyboard now, it looks like this, and teeth are never like this. It's not as circular shape like that. Okay, so we can just use a division of 2 first, okay, to hold something. So if you press 3 now, you haven't seen a difference, but you surely see it very soon. Okay, so now that is that, we can now start to work on individual teeth. So they select this, select this, just give it a shape. So if you're on the keyboard for that, you will notice this now is now beginning to conform to it's holding more shape than this. Okay, it's giving us a nicer shape than that. So that's one. So let's do this on time. Just trying to get the center point. So 3 again, begin to give me a good shape. So 1 back. So if I select the objects, R on it, just to move it, take it like this a little bit. So this edge here, I just want to see this. Okay, so the edge here, this edge here. Okay, I can as well just trying to take it in a little bit. So I'm just trying to make the teeth, okay, the shape of the teeth. So it might not be in line with the main shape of how the teeth will look like, okay, but at least follow, it's actually to give us a resemblance, okay, something like this. And this as well. Okay, so if I press 3 on the keyboard now, so this is just extrude, so a bit in at the mouth here. Okay, no, not too much. When you look at your teeth, you will understand what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to do here. Oops. Okay, so take this up as okay, and still, yeah, okay. So this is what we will use for it. So then they select this. So select both this and this, including all this. Just select all this. Then this to hide the other parts. If I press 3 on the keyboard, you can see it's confirmed. It's giving us something nice. Okay, something nice. So yeah, since the first and the second bit are more or less the same, so I will just use it together. Okay, let me see if I have something to the reference point here. Okay, so I can just delete this one, duplicate it, the Control D, then and just select this to bring the pivot to that point, then shift. So just trying to make sure it's in that direction. So you just need to just take your time. You can as well use snapping, okay, the snapping method to snap it, but no problem, this is still good. Okay, so we still need to still do some adjustments, but placing the teeth, I can as well use it for this second one, the third one as well. Control D, just like this. E, then moving it forward. Okay, so moving it forward like this. Ish. Okay, and this leads to the incisor. So this also, like I said, we would still do some adjustments. The incisor is a little bit more sharper at the tip. Okay, so which we need to do as well. We need to mimic the silhouette of the incisor. So vertex, this, okay, this, something like this. Okay, so this for these other ones, so we can just we need to also do the same thing. So just like this, this, somewhere here. Just trying to create something that looks like it. So here goes in. So for guidelines, you can actually get reference. Okay, reference uh from the net. Okay, but this is not really I call it. I'm actually looking at my teeth as well. I'm actually let's try to conform to that. So I can delete all this. I can delete this. Okay, delete this. Delete this. So what I can do now is Control D. Uh, select this first and this. So, E to rotate. E to rotate. So like this. To rotate. And that D again. Okay. Control D, Control D again. 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 Con So rotate it. Okay, now that we've gotten all the teeth position, so we still need to do some corrections. Okay, the space is much. Okay, so this needs to be added to conform to what we need. Okay, that is good. Now go back to this. So we can now start adjusting the width. Before I do that, let me try to see if okay, this will help me in adjusting the width, as the space in between the gum. Okay, so from here, save your work as usual. So here we will just select this, select this, or better still, just select all this. Okay, let me see. Now select this like this. Make sure your upper part is not selected. Then let's see, tail in word as this. It's not conforming to what I want, so we need to rechange this. Just press D on the keyboard and change the direction like this. Okay, and press R. If it's like this for you, no problem, so you could just use it. But if it's not like that, you just use it, tail it, change the direction. Once you've done that, and you seem been able to reduce this, so the spacing between the teeth is not as so obvious, although there are some teeth like that. Okay, but I don't want it, my character teeth, to be like this, look like that. So from here, this and this, I can scale them in objects. Select this, select this, can scale in, or better still, let me do like this from this edge here. Okay, so just do it like this. In this as well, the edge, really needs press D to change the gizmo, and press D again to come out of it. When we scale in that direction, we can now make it a little bit long. Okay, a little bit longer, and the edges here, and I got it, this, let's select the edges here, like this, like this, like this. Okay, so this as well. So you can see it's really time consuming, and I purposely did not actually hit anything, so that you guys can see how it works, how I go along with it. Okay, so from here, there should just be a little bit distance between them, so it's not as so obvious as that. Okay, so I think all these can also be of this, they have to be of the same size. Okay, oops. Making it. So this also, I need to work on this. W, move it. Yeah, W as well. Okay, so I think from what I have here now, this is sounding, it looks interesting now. Okay, but there's still a lot to be done here. Okay, there's still verbally a lot to be done here. Seriously, there's a lot to be done here. But for the sake of this tutorial, I will leave it as simple as this. Okay, so you won't get overwhelmed with it. So now, okay, now that we have this, so just select on all the teeth. Oops, select on all the teeth. This to delete the history. Okay, then Shift P to bring it out from the group it was. Then we can group it, or better still, instead of grouping it, just merge it. That is, combine them to one, make it one, and select this again. You could call this teeth. Let us call it upper UPP, upper teeth. Okay, when we call it upper teeth and I try to duplicate it now, this is what I have. So you can see, and this also been, yeah, this is what we have, something like this, which has given us the shape of the teeth, but your teeth is never as sharp as this. Okay, all right, so we are going to now we adjust some things there. Okay, so this as well, use this. Okay, and Shift P to bring it out from that group, and let's rename it as upper gum. Press enter. Okay, so then just group it as, just group it. So what should I use here? Probably mouse. Okay, so for the mouse, for the mouse, for the mouse, we make use of, now that this has been grouped, now we need to now bring back to what we've done so far. Okay, so W to move it up. Okay, so this is where we need to now do some corrections. Okay, so scale it first. E, look at where we are going to position it. So somewhere here. So scale it down, scale it down. Scale it down. Oops. So for these two, let's merge it. Let's merge them. Okay, for the two, let's merge them. Let's combine. Then does this. Okay, so when we scale it now, it will all scale in the same direction. Okay, so that is good. Okay, let's bring this to the front. Make sure you are working on two views. Okay, right here. It's going to be in the upper gum. So press this for you to see what we are doing. I'm just placing this first in order for us to know the position of the. Okay, so probably somewhere here like this. So if this is somewhere here like this, now at this junction, we need to use, we need to detach this model so that we can see inside. So edge, the middle point goes through the model. Let's right click and let detach component. Base, just select one side of this place when everything is worked out well like this. So once you select just one side, make sure symmetry is not on, delete it. So then you have what you have here. So for this one now, it's gonna be giving us, probably blocking us. So we should just, this is the reference to, just select this to hide that. Okay, so you can see the reason why I split them. Okay, so from here, when you look at the teeth, it's of this nation in the front, but somehow goes straight this direction. So for that, we need to do that as well. So select this, and we need to use a new tool now. But before we do that, make sure you selected this one. This is called delete history. That is, can be found in under edit, delete by type, history. So we need to change the shape of this. So the tool we use is from the deform. We use the lattice. It will ask you, it gives us this. So when you select, this is the lattice shape, how many divisions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is this one. That is okay for that. But for the S, I will need also 5. Okay, that is for the front. Let me see, that really need that for the 5. Well, probably I can just use, I really need that for 5. Let me see, probably 3 is okay. Let's say 3 is okay. 3 is okay. Let me see, 3 is okay. 3 is okay. Okay, 3 is okay in that direction. Then let's use this as 5. Okay, so the more lattice shape you have, the more you have control over that model. So from here, right click and select lattice points. This will help us change some things without affecting the overall shape. Select this. So from here now, I can now press E to move in a direction I prefer, something like this. So let me see, the teeth goes round and to be straight here, not mistaken. That is what I actually want. So now select all of this, then this again. Trying to see if I can just, okay, just trying to move it. W, move the way. Okay, it really affects everything, but nevertheless we can still readjust that. And mostly it's not what people will see. Okay, it's not what people will see, but when the character is talking, so we need to select this. When the character is talking, people will actually see those things you would think they cannot see. So this as well. Okay, so select this one here. So you can see how I'm doing it to make sure I get a good result. So this somewhere here. Okay, so from here we move this to the back. Okay, and let me see. Okay, so let me see if I should rotate it. Okay, the rotation line is not. So we're trying to just increase it so that it did not squish what we have over there. Okay, always make sure you save. All right, so from what we have here, I think we are good to go. Okay, just trying to make sure. Oops, just trying to make sure it's straight enough. Okay, so I think this is perfect. So once you are satisfied with the overall shape of the feet, okay, um you can now select this as cloud to object mode like this. I mean, select the gum itself. Then you select delete history. So if you delete history, it means this will be deleted. Okay. So and it will remain in that shape you've just left it. So from here, now I can now duplicate this. Okay. Give me the teeth I need, which you can see. Okay, so this is how more or less how you see those teeth being molded. All right, so this is for the teeth, for the upper teeth. For the lower teeth, just press Ctrl D. Bring this. We need to rotate it. Before we even do that, we need to freeze transformation. So press this, change everything to 0, then Ctrl D. When you press Ctrl D, we need to rotate. I want to rotate it upside down, something like this. Okay, so put it in the center. Press this so you have it in the center. Then rotate in this direction. So which means we are rotating in to angle 180. To have this. Then W down. to give you something like the lower gum. So this is how you get your the teeth of a model. All right. So change this to uh lower lower gum, which include the teeth as well. So let's leave it as lower gum. I think that is okay. Then use transformation. Okay. So this is beautiful. And select this back. So you have this. So we can now reduce the overall shape of what we have. We don't want it to be so big and we don't want it to be so small. Just something moderate. Okay. Something moderate. Okay. So let me group this and scale it again. So I'll press this. When you group it, you press this to bring the gizmo the center. Because when you group it and you did not press this, it will this line for this will be in the center point of the origin. That means somewhere here. Somewhere here. This is what I'm saying. So when I press, when after grouping it and I press R, I'm not seeing it here. This is where it is. So for me to bring it back here, I press this. That's what I was trying to say. So from here, now let's look at the two views. Okay. There's still room for adjustment. You can adjust at anytime you want. Okay. I'm not pleased with the overall shape, I can still readjust it. Okay. So from here, now that we have the teeth, I think the front teeth comes a bit forward. Okay, so you can confirm that comes a little bit forward. All right, now for us to get, because from here we'll get the tongue. Okay, the tongue. So let's proceed with this. So face, select these two parts. That means all this region here. Oops. All this region is set. Then let's take it to the back. Okay, because I'm trying to take it to the back. So from here we can let's extrude. I can as well just take it to the back like that. Okay, no pause for alarm. After extruding, I took it to the back. Oops, what is this? Okay, so W, let's shoot it to the back. Didn't extrude there at that point. Okay, just trying to increase this direction. So my major task now is to conform with the shape of the teeth. Okay, conform it with the shape of the teeth. So this will be in this direction here. Here. Okay. Extrude again. I'll delete that. For now, let me leave that, but we need to still extrude it. So I need the edge flow to be turned on this at this moment. So yeah, okay, yeah as well. Okay, I can also add one. So for it to give me, okay, now we can so let's start taking this downward. Let's take this down a little bit. Down this, okay. Like I said, this is inside, so no one will actually know this whether it is placing inside the tissue or not. Okay, but it has to be visible when the character actually open his or her mouth talk. So you need to see the teeth. That's why we are doing all this, all what we can, all what we can do to achieve what we need. So from here, all right. So here we need, like I said initially, we need to extrude it downward to create the lungs. But we won't be creating the intestine, no. Won't be doing that. You direction. So to create the lungs, so I might decide to deselect this first name, okay? And Control E. If I do that, it gives me this. Okay, let's select this. Okay, then Control E. So extrude, but rotate it. It in this direction. W to come down. That's to give us the lungs. So when the character opens the mouth, okay, the lungs will be seen as well. That okay, there is something that goes in like that. But you might not really see it like that unless you are eager to see it. But it's always good your model has those things. These are those things that really define your character. Okay, so can still decide to take it down a little bit. You know where here we'll be extruding the neck, so that is not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So from here, face, select this, delete it. Guys, I just pressed B on the keyboard. Okay, I think this is beginning to make sense to everyone. And okay, so here for the lip area, we haven't actually done so much of that. For the lip area, probably let me add one more there for the lip area here. Okay, so define the lip area there. Then well, this one here can be adjusted. So let's press shift, control shift, because you must always make sure your models topologies are evenly spaced at all time. Okay, all right, let's see probably the gum is, which is this. Let's take it up with penis. So we can still work on that. Now his mouth should be closed. So from there, now we can now start to now to be start to refining so that we don't see the when the lips. Okay, so select edge, the edge one, and scale in this direction. That's creating this. Okay, so this as well direction, the one on the inside, that direction. Those ones will give us those things with, and I think this. Okay, so now when we now model rig it, it will be able to close this properly. Okay, but this place should come down more. This place, so yeah, to define the lip. Okay, the lip area. Okay, now that we've done that, excuse me, now that we've done that, though we can still see some areas of the, that's not really a problem. Okay, really not a problem. When we rig it, it will be covered. All right, be covered, and they are being rigged, will be covered. All right, Trying to select. Okay. Now this is almost okay. So let's now create the tongue. For the tongue, well, we make use of box as well. So from the box, take it up the area of the tongue. Okay, so take to the area of the tongue, position it somewhere there, that's where you want it to be. Then scale it. Before we scale, let's add some division. Okay, we can scale it first, then we'll add the division. So it should be inside it. Okay, your tongue should never be outside. Unless you want to bite yourself. Okay, so if you press 3 on the keyboard, it looks like this. It's not what we want. Okay, so from here we can now start adding divisions just to confirm the tongue. So one more here. Okay, so now that we have that, so we can now work on the tongue. Let's just this. Okay, work on the tongue. Lattice. If it is okay. So W to move. So we are moving it up. The uh this 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 go up. Okay, give us that shape what we need. So here as well, this and probably this. Does be like this. So I'm just trying to mimic the way the tongue looks like. Okay, so you can still add some division just to give that roundness what we need. Okay, so undo that. I mean unhide that. Then we need to let it go down into it. That is face. Yeah, yeah, okay. Probably let me see. Can make it more longer. Okay, let's make it long. Okay, because that's the way the tongue is long, all the way from the lungs, very close to the track. What am I saying? But the tongue does not really start from the mouth. It starts from somewhere within the lungs. You can check your biology textbook or actually go through the man reference online. I would also make something like out. Okay. One more thing. The object, is it wide enough? Because tongue are wide. That's so wide. Okay, yes, so this is the that is the tongue have. Okay, so this is comes somehow be somehow all this. Double click on this. So freeze transformation is freeze delete. All right, now we are done with the tongue and the lip. So next is to now bring back the other side of the head. So to do so, first you need to select vertices and double click. When you double click, you just need to check around if it does not go through other direction in this way. If it goes all the way around like this, then you are okay by that. Then press R on the keyboard. You want to snap it. You notice some things here. You want to snap it at this edge here is not straight with this, if you notice. So press when you press your vertex and you select R on the keyboard, then drag your scale it in this direction. Just drag that one direction. It will shoot out everything to be equal. Okay, so look at it again. You can see the difference. Look at it. Now I do this again. You can see now it's not equal. So W now, then select this one. This snap is to snap to the grid. Okay, so take to this direction back and return it back here. Okay, so which means that's not been everything has been snapped to that grid, the center point, because this is center point. So when you now duplicate, it will give us the same thing and do it the normal way we want it to be. So object mode, history, it, and let me show you something. Double click, make sure sometimes it's always give you probably used automatic, set the custom, use this dimension you see here. Okay, let me, when that is selected and you go back to this, so you can see we now have a complete version of what we are doing. Okay,